Hello everyone. In this video tutorial we are going to start our new chapter of organic chemistry, and that is alcohols, phenols and ethers. The chapter number is 11. You have learned that substitution of one or more hydrogen atoms from a hydrocarbon by another atom or a group of atoms results in the formation of an entirely new compound having altogether different properties and applications. So, like if you have simple hydrocarbon which is methane, and if one of the hydrogen is being replaced with any of the functional group, let's say if it is Cl, or let me be broader as halogen, it becomes haloalkane, haloarenes, depending on your compound. Also, if OH replaces the hydrogen, one of the hydrogen, what you are going to get is the alcohol. So the alcohol and phenols are formed when a hydrogen atom in a hydrocarbon, if it is aliphatic and if it is aromatic, is replaced by OH. If it is aliphatic, it is known as alcohol, and if it is aromatic, then it is known as phenol. So that means if this hydrogen is being replaced with OH, your compound will look like CH3OH, and that is simple methanol. Okay, so this is what they are trying to say. This becomes aliphatic, and similarly if you have benzene ring and if one of the hydrogen is being replaced from this place, what you are going to get is phenol. Okay, so I hope this is clear. And what is ether, that I'll tell you later in this video only. I hope you are clear with this is alcohol and this is phenol. If it is aliphatic, that is alcohol, aliphatic alcohol, and aromatic alcohol, they are commonly known as phenols. So these classes of compounds find wide applications in the industries as well as in day-to-day life. For instance, have you ever noticed that the ordinary spirit that is used in the polishing of wooden furniture is chiefly a compound containing hydroxyl group, and that is ethanol. The sugar we eat, the table sugar, is also glucose, that is sucrose, that is again a compound containing hydroxyl group. The cotton used for the fabrics or the paper we used to write are all made up of the compounds containing OH group. Just think of the life without paper. No notebook, no books, newspapers, and you must be thinking no exams too. Currency notes, checks, certificates, etc. The magazine carrying the beautiful photographs, the interesting stories would disappear from our life. So basically the paper is being made up from cellulose, and cellulose is chiefly containing the hydroxyl group. So this is a primary introduction that they wanted to give. Now see, an alcohol contains one or more hydroxyl groups directly attached to the carbon of an aliphatic system, while the phenol contains OH groups which is directly attached to the carbon of the aromatic system. Okay, so it may be possible in alcohol that even in phenol also you will see that more than one hydroxyl group can also be attached. The substitution of a hydrogen atom in a hydrocarbon by alkoxy or aryloxy group, and that is OR or OAR, yields another class of compounds, and that is known as ether. So again I am going to show you what is ether. See, let's see if you have simple methane. Okay, this is simple methane, and if one of the hydrogen is being replaced with alkoxy or aryloxy compound, let's say if this hydrogen is being replaced with, I am showing you two kinds, let's say OCH3, or let me write aryloxy, and that is O6H5. So which kind of compound I am going to get? The ethers, and the structure will look like, so this is dimethyl ether and this is methyl phenyl ether. Okay, so you will also learn the nomenclature later, but this class of compound are commonly known as ethers. So that is what they wanted to tell. So by substituting the hydrogen atom of the hydroxyl group of alcohol or phenol by alkyl or aryl group also generates this kind of compound. So even if you have CH3OH and this hydrogen, if being replaced with, let's say, CH3, so what you are going to get is the same compound, that is dimethyl ether. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now let us move to the classification. So the classification of the compounds makes their study systematic and hence simpler. So why we need the classification? To make it more simpler and more easily understandable. How they are being classified? First we are going to see the classification of alcohol. So alcohol and phenols may be classified as mono, di and tri or polyhydric depending on the number of OH groups attached. So it is very similar to this kind where we have seen this classification of halogen, if you remember. Okay, if one hydrogen if one hydrogen is being replaced with OH, so this is mono derivative. If then again this comes to di derivative, and this is a tri derivative. So it is very simple compound, that is ethanol. Then this is ethane 1,2-diol, and this is propane, because there are three carbon 1, 2 and 3. So you can give the number from any of the side, it will remain the same. So this will propane 1,2,3-triol, and it is commonly known as glycerol or glycerin that we use in day-to-day life. Talking about the phenols, the phenol with a single OH, that is known as monohydric compound, while the ortho position, this orthohydroxyphenol, or we can say benzene 1,2-diol, that becomes dihydric. And similarly, if this is at the para position, meta or ortho position can also be there. Okay, so this will be trihydric, and that is benzene 1,3,4-triol. So please note, this is first kind of classification is only solely basis upon what the number of OH group is attached. If one group is attached, it is known as monohydric. If two groups are attached, it is known as dihydric, and if three groups are attached, that is known as trihydric. If more than three are attached, we call it as polyhydric, and this case is similar for both this aromatic and aliphatic. Okay. Now moving to next, the monohydric alcohols are basically classified according to their hybridization. Just recall this in classification of alcohol haloalkanes. I'm sorry. So if this is a sp3 hybridized carbon, two types of hybridization are there. One is sp3 and the other is sp2. Okay, so first we'll see about the sp3 hybridization. In this class of alcohol, the OH group is attached to the sp3 hybridized carbon directly, and they are classified as the primary, secondary and the tertiary alcohol. Okay, so need I to explain this? Let me draw this again. So in case if you want to understand, this is a simple methane, and if you replace this hydrogen, what you are going to get is alcohol, that is methanol. Now if one of the hydrogen, so let me give the number as H1, this is 2 and this is 3. So first what you are replacing H1 with CH3. So this is this has become ethanol, and this is again a primary. Okay, so this is primary. This is also primary. Now if you replace the second one, so what you are going to get is secondary. Okay, and if you replace the third one, so what you are going to get is tertiary. Now in all these cases, they are talking about the hybridization of carbon, and that is sp3. I hope this has clear everything. Now moving to next, that is allylic alcohol. Now see, this allylic alcohol is very similar to this allylic chloride. Okay, what you have learned is in allylic alcohol, in allylic chloride, allylic halides, the halide group is not directly attached to the double bond, but it is attached to that carbon which is bonded to the double bond. Okay, if it is directly attached, then it becomes vinyl, and if it is not directly attached, that is become allyl. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So in these alcohols, the OH group is attached to the sp3 hybridized carbon next to the carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, and it is again very similar to this primary, secondary and tertiary. So I hope this is clear to you. Now moving to next part. So the benzylic alcohols, this compound, primary compound, is known as benzyl alcohol, and again if you replace one of the hydrogen with R group, okay, or AR, it depends, it becomes secondary, and if one more hydrogen is being replaced, it becomes tertiary. Okay, because there are two hydrogens present. Okay, it is just like, let me draw this so it gets clear. So just in case if you want to recall, this is simple hydrocarbon benzene, and here if this hydrogen is being replaced with CH3, what you are going to get CH3 over the benzene, and that is known as toluene. Now these have three terminal hydrogens, and if this hydrogen is being replaced with OH, what you are going to get is a primary alcohol, benzylic alcohol, that is known as benzyl alcohol. Now this again having two active terminal hydrogens which can be replaced, which have the abilities to get replaced. So if one, let me give the number, this H1 and H2. So if this is being replaced, H1 with CH3, this becomes secondary, okay. And if one more, let me give the number as 3. If one more is replaced, that becomes tertiary, okay. So I hope this is clear to you how these benzylic alcohols are being classified, okay. And the last part is the compounds which contains the vinylic alcohol, okay. So that we'll see. So vinylic alcohol is basically very similar to the vinylic chloride, vinyl chloride, like C double bond C Cl. Here what you are going to get is C double bond C OH, okay. Phenols, you know, okay. If you are having OH present on the ortho group over the benzene with CH3 substitute, that is called orthocresol, okay. You are going to learn this as a part of nomenclature. The last part is ether. Ethers are classified as the simple or symmetrical, or the second part is unsymmetrical, okay. So if the alkyl groups or the aryl groups attached to the oxygen atoms are same, they are called symmetrical, and if they are mixed, they are called asymmetrical. The examples are given to you. If the two groups are different, for example, examples are given: diethyl ether. So let me show you the example what we have learned previously in this video lecture only. So just look at this example. What you are going to get? The CH3 and CH3 on the both sides. So if the alkyl or aryl groups attached to the oxygen are same, okay, what we call it as symmetrical. So in this case, the whole compound, this dimethyl ether, is known as symmetrical ether. While if the groups are different, see, on one side you are getting the alkyl group, the other side you are getting aryl group. So these two groups are different, and therefore they are called unsymmetrical ethers. They are called unsymmetrical ethers. So I hope this has cleared your doubt, okay. Mistakenly, if I have pronounced the name incorrectly, so let me clear this. This is known as methyl phenyl ether. Probably in this video I have misspelled the name as phenyl methyl ether. If so, so let this be correct as methyl phenyl ether. Okay. So that's all for now. That's the introduction part and classification. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. So stay tuned for more videos.